Well, hey, Christy.
What's up, Kelly? How are you?
I am awesome because you know what day it is?
It's Friday.
It's Podcast Friday and Podcast Friday long weekend edition. Very excited
But this is 2 podcasts in a row on a
of a
Friday.
Friday. I know we might be having a new normal. It's just what the
Mm,
schedules allow. Christy's like, I'm not here for this.
no. Friday is like my what do I absolutely have to do day, which,
We're
I mean,
jamming it.
that sounds terrible. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I love seeing you. It's just that sometimes I don't wanna do my face or my hair because
Oh, okay, that's fair.
yeah, it's not a you thing. It's I talk to you every minute of every day almost.
Well, today's episode is very appropriate then because today school's out. And nobody's mentally prepared, basically. That's what we're talking about. I didn't even realize school was out.
Well,
Christy
it's
told
not for all of the country, right? So every state does it different. Our kids get out early and we go back to school early. So we go back to school like the 2nd week of August.
same
And
here. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if we talked about this last week because we had Casey on. What's up, Casey? Miss you
Hey,
already. No, but it's the May for moms with kids that are still in school. We call it Maycember, like December, but it's Maycember because I swear to God there are more parties, more things to do. Like there's the end of year soccer party, there's the last this. There was a promotion this week for my daughter. My son had to bring bubbles one day and do a talent show the next day, which he's like, I don't have a talent. And I'm like, take a basketball, just dribble that buddy around for a minute. And and it's just it's hell. It's hell. And I don't understand why schools can't condense all of these like award shows and promotions and things to one effing time.
one everything day, just like a one
Yes.
everything. It's like a track meet, but for everything else, like the whole day, call it. We're doing this in the morning, and the next 2 hours is as parents block one day, not 17 different 2 hour segments.
And that's what it was. It was a lot and everything happens at like 10:30,
Yeah,
which, that's the worst time.
that's the most convenient time for people who have jobs
Yes.
to be
Absolutely.
available 10:30 to 12:30.
'Cause you're
I
gonna get nothing done. I mean, my kids don't go to school till almost 9. So between 9 and 10:30, me and my little ADHD brain, maybe I'll answer an email or 2, but I'm not gonna get into, like, creating a presentation or thinking about how we shift a strategy, right? That's not enough time because 'cause I'm
make
like,
it in.
"Don't be late, don't be late, don't be late, don't be late." But yeah, so I'm just finishing Hell Week, which is the last week of school, and now my children are here. And as Kelly witnessed earlier, the second that I got on screen with anybody or both of them were in here. I mean,
I
Colton wa
I wished we had the recording on because what I heard Christy say was, "Colton, that's a plunger. Put it down." And nothing could be more appropriate for this episode than random shit you have to say when your kids are home from school for this summer.
yeah, you're like, "Please don't touch your sister with" I mean, just ew.
I have questions why he even had the plunger, but
Well, I don't know because there's a bathroom off of my office, and I mean, I'm sure it looks sword-esque, right? So Colton is like,
okay.
anything that resembles a gun or some sort of
Weaponry.
clubbing device, I'm here for it. And then to put on top of that, I haven't slept this week. And here's I know. Here's why. We had these storms, Kelly. You thought you got to see some storms here in Kansas? Let me tell you, these storms, the winds were so bad, they were rattling my house.
Ooh, like we used to have that in the winter in Canada, and it just sounded cold. So you had that with thunder and lightning, or just wind? What'd you have going on?
Thunder, lightning, wind, like that my windows are vibrating.
And did
Like
you
it
grab
was
the dog too? At that point, I was trying to make a joke about the Wizard of Oz. I mean, you have a little dog.
I do have a little dog. So it tracks, Kelly. You're okay. You're okay.
Okay,
It
last
tracks.
movie reference I try to do.
It's fine. It's fine.
Technically, I suppose that's a book reference, but so it's
Well, it's
rattling
both.
your windows, and you're not getting sleep.
Well, there was yes, so there was, like, 2 nights of that, and then Presley, for whatever reason and, she's missing her window of falling asleep, and
When
she's
you because
like
of the
no, They slept through the weather. It's like the weather kept me up, the weather stopped, and then the kids were like, Mom looks rested. What are we gonna do here?" So, Presley had 2 nights in a row where she misses her window to fall asleep because she's being, like, procrastinating going to sleep or whatever, and then she gets, like, scared she won't be able to sleep, and so she was crying, and I mean, it was just a whole thing, so I had to put her to bed, but I have to get Colton to bed before I put Presley to bed, and he's in this I just I was up. I was up a lot. I was waking up at, like, midnight in somebody else's bed and having to go down to my bed, and then last night at 3:30 in the morning, Colton decides he can't breathe out of his nose and freaks out. "Mine, I can't breathe out of my nose," and my response was, "Just use your mouth, honey, we'll fix
I
it
was,
tomorrow."
I was thinking, you have a mouthful. Good news is you have a backup plan.
No, Kelly, that didn't do it. Flash to me and he was a little congested and stuff. Flash to me in the kitchen trying to get this kid to drink cough or to drink, like, cold medicine at,
Yeah. No.
3:30 in the morning, get the measuring right, and I can't see anything. I'm just like, "Son of a biscuit." Like, why do my children hate me?
Do you need to get the measuring right? I mean, you definitely don't want to go under, but a little bit over, a little extra snoozer.
It's not NyQuil, Kelly, it doesn't have that shit in it.
Much like expiry dates, it's largely subjective. It's a guideline.
Yeah, I don't know
You should
about that.
not have medicine doses go. I think it's actually not a guideline. It's a rule. But I feel like I also missed my sleep window between the years of 1999 and like 2011. But I am definitely now in a sleep window. And the ultimate joke is that I'm also in perimenopause. So my body's like, sucks to be you. you, you thought
Don't
you
you remember before you had children or perimenopause and you could sleep till, like, 2 in the afternoon? At least I
like
could.
a dead person. And now if I actually slept until 7, I feel like, "Oh, I slept in. How great." That's terrible.
I don't have my kids this weekend, and it's a holiday weekend. My plan for tomorrow was like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" Saturday. I'm like, "I'm sleeping. I'm
Yeah,
gonna bed rot."
I'm
I
doing that.
nothing. Because also, I sprained my ankle this week, so I
That's
just could
right. You have to stay in bed.
I have to stay in bed.
Do you wanna regale us with how it is you sprained said ankle?
I was walking.
Not
No.
running this road, though.
Okay, I'm gonna set the scene. It's after 5th grade promotion. Me and my fave mommies decide to go have margaritas and Mexican food, which was amazing. And
Okay.
then my super fit friend was like, "We should go for a walk." And we're all like, "Yeah." So weighted vests, margaritas,
Mm.
and walks are fine. We got 3 miles in, but then I was turned to my friend having a very intense conversation, and somebody didn't sync their driveway up with the sidewalk, and so there was probably about a 2.5 inch, like, down what's that called? I mean, it was like a what? A ledge. A small little ledge. Well,
Okay.
I wear really when I lift weights, I wear thin shoes, but when I walk, I wear those big clunky, like, you're
Okay.
walking on the moon boots,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just bit it, like, and my sister was behind me, and she saw me, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And you
Mhm,
know how when you sprain your ankle, that instant pain that makes you feel like you're gonna throw up and, like, you can't breathe or pass out?
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, it's
I get
awful.
3 ACLs. They feel the same. And I'm like, "Oh, let's move on." Just a follow-up question. This same super fit friend who suggested you should go for a walk after a lovely afternoon of margaritas and Mexican food, was she also the stupid asshole who scheduled beach yoga on your girls' weekend in the
No,
morning?
no.
Okay. I was gonna say, 2 strikes, lady, if it was you.
No, 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 she didn't. But we were all like it wasn't just her. She was like, "We should go for a walk," and everyone's like, "Yay, let's go walk off our margaritas and our chips and queso." But Jenny's hilarious because, like, she gets down on the ground with me, and I was like, "I'm gonna throw up," and she's, like, tearing off my jacket and throwing off my weighted vest,
Breathe. Cool
like,
down.
breathe, it's gonna be okay," and I'm like and so now I'm like, "Oh, it's summertime, and my ankle is bruised to hell and fat. Bring on the shorts and the sandals, people. I am ready for it."
Not to mention the chasing the kids around because they're home all the time. While I think the let's get into first off, Christy and I are about to experience very different summers because we are in very different phases of our lives. One has kids home from school, which I've been there. It's terrifying. I am empty nesting it for the summer, basically. So it's a very different summer. But let's talk about the delusion of summer vacation because as a kid, it felt like a magical time of year. As a parent, the most wonderful time of year is actually the first day the school bus comes to pick you up to take you back to school. So, what are some of the delusions of summer as a parent with kids home?
Well,
Kids are
I
home,
mean,
you are feeling.
so my kids Colton has to go to camp. Like, I can't be dealing with that. I mean, no offense, Colton, I love you like crazy years later when you watch this and listen, but he's a 7-year-old that just ran into my office while I was on a call with a plunger. So that's not gonna that's not gonna work out. Mama
You
still
need
has to make money.
Mama still got to get paid. You need redirection. And
Yes.
then you get to spend the, gross domestic product of a small nation to send into said camps.
I do, it's super fun. Speaking of
Yeah.
gross products of nations, Presley, we're doing a nanny share with Presley this year. On Tuesday through Thursday, her and 2 of her friends, they have the same nanny that'll get them out of the house and out of our hair from 10 to 4.
Okay.
But Presley is also in peak you would think volleyball season would be over by now. It's not. She's going to nationals, yay, which are in mid-June, but in mid-July is when they have tryouts for teams.
Yeah.
Leading up to that is open gyms, private lessons, like, everyone wants to see because they basically know going into tryouts who's gonna be on which team at which clubs, because you can't just go try out once because they need to see
Cool.
that your
Yeah.
kid is good or whatever, and so I am in volleyball hell, like, I didn't realize when we started this whole journey, and now I love it and I love Presley, but, like, half of her summer is volleyball camps and open gyms.
And I don't think that's unique to volleyball. I remember Aiden was in soccer at the same time Brady was in volleyball. So double whammy. Soccer was just as much. And it was like pickup games and, invitational tournaments in other states. And you're like, good Christ, I thought we were off season. No such thing, man. So
No
between all of
such
your money going to summer camp registration, which is probably as easy to register for as getting those Taylor Swift tickets you had for the Eras tour to paying to go on all these travel things for their sports. You're like, well, I guess I'll just work till I die
I
to
mean,
pay for all of
basically.
this.
Although I never got Taylor Swift tickets, which Presley is still pissed at me about, and I'm a little pissed at me for, but they were thousands of dollars up by the time I'm just like, I can't. I can't. I just
Yeah,
can't.
it's but I mean, good for Taylor.
What?
For you, Taylor, for getting that for commandeering that kind of a price. Yeah, girl.
No, actually, her tickets were not that expensive. It was that they were all purchased immediately, and then it was the people reselling them. Yeah, no, Taylor wouldn't charge that much for a ticket. She loves us.
Well, that's true. Well, here's the other thing about summers feeding the small nation of children that seem to be at your house. The good news for you is that you don't have a pool in your backyard. So if you are the one with the pool in the backyard, you do have a small army of children who visit, which we always liked because it meant you knew where your kids were. So you're like, I don't have to worry about my kids because they're right in my backyard. But it did mean you had to feed everybody. And I'm curious whether it's just being outside so much or whether it's the time of year. Damn, those kids are hungry in the summer constantly.
It's because 'cause they're not sitting at a desk. They're, like,
Yeah,
nonstop running.
yeah, true. Or they're bored, and like me, I snack when I'm bored. So I
Yeah.
remember my daughter one time, Em was like, this is probably midsummer, and she says, "Are we just going to eat hamburgers and hot dogs all summer?" And I'm like, "Well, if you keep bringing 5 to 10 friends around, we ain't having steak, my friend."
No kidding, no kidding. No, I want the pool in the backyard, though, at some point,
Yeah.
because I love to have people over, but, yeah, I hadn't thought of the price tag on the food. I mean, my kids eat a lot because 'cause they're both athletes, and Colton's in baseball season. Can I just tell you, did I
Yes.
say it last week? I think I did. Did I tell you that his first at bat, he had 2
Yes.
doubles and 2 singles? Badass.
And you were telling us about an emotional breakdown in baseball. No,
That
that
was
was
soccer.
what was I thinking?
Yeah,
That was soccer, of course. No, you didn't. He was
we're
so
done
I
with
have
soccer.
some videos. Oh, he is a little swinging rock star at the baseball diamond.
He was amazing, like, and he has no he it's crazy because he has actually no, form. Like, I'm like, "Wait till that kid gets form," but he literally, like, his form is just like, he just stands there,
Oh,
holds the bat, and hits the ball.
day.
He doesn't have his elbow up and back the way it's supposed to be and stuff yet. What? Well, I mean, some of the other kids have that, but of course, they're not hitting the ball. Any hoozles.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, here's what's gonna happen with some of those kids, is they're gonna peak when they're 12. They're gonna be super, super good, and then when they turn 12 and you watch it with Presley, there are some, I saw them at the tournament, there are some girls at their age are exceptionally good, and then you think, "Oh my god, she's gonna take off and be incredibly like Olympic athlete, incredible." A lot of them peak at like 12, 13, and then you watch the ones who had a little bit of bad form or are just like organically athletic start coming up, coming up, coming up as their skill level goes because they have more experience. So you just don't worry about Colton's elbow. He's going to be just fine. He can pick up a bat, he can kick a soccer ball, he could grab a volleyball. He's going to pick the sport because he's naturally athletic and he'll just keep better.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. He was great at soccer, he just didn't like it.
Same, Colton. I mean, you're just chasing a ball in the heat.
I
No
don't
offense to all of Aiden and his soccer buddies who were doing fabulously, but the best soccer I ever watched was Ted Lasso and then Ryan Reynolds on Wrexham, which, by the way, has a new season and we started watching last night.
Ted Lasso's new season's out?
No, it is coming out. The Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds and
Yeah.
Rob. Yeah, there's a new episode or new season of that out right now. So,
I have never watched the 1st season, so I feel like I need to.
well, considering I think it's now on the 5th season, you do. You do need to. Hey, while you're bed rotting, you could watch a little Ryan
Tomorrow.
Reynolds. See, you could spend your Saturday with Ryan Reynolds.
Fantastic.
These
That
are
sounds
good ideas.
These are great ideas. These are great ideas. No, so the magical going back to our summer chats, the magical summer and I look at movies and you dream of summer and then you remember it's hot, it's sweaty, there's sunblock in people's eyes. Like you have to pack a bag for everything for 25 changes of clothes and you're just going down the street to the pool because we have a neighborhood pool. But, the thing I do not miss at all about summer is the constant sunblocking. I hate putting sunblock on my children.
I always, and I'm sure it's terrible, but I love the spray sunscreen because it was just kind of way easier. And you just like hold your breath, spray the shit out of them. I'm bad. Even yesterday, where I can, working from home, I take, my 20, 30 minutes that I can outside, sit outside, get some vitamin D. I say it's for vitamin D. It's not, it's for the color. I want a tan. Do I ever put sunscreen on? 20% of the time.
Kelly,
I know. You know
Kelly,
what's great? You know what would be great is if body wash, sunscreen in it. Then every day I'd be good. Well, maybe not every day. I don't know. Take a shower.
they do make lotions that have
I
sunscreen in them.
know. But they don't all, they're not as good. They don't, like, not my pretty smelling lotions. It's like bleh, boring lotion. Tell me a good quality, good smelling lotion that has sunscreen in it. I'll wait.
I don't know because I don't bother with that because I do use sunscreen.
Right. How about I
Also,
make that?
can you really not hear my echo?
I can't hear any echo at all.
Perfect. Well, I hope that doesn't is good.
Well, you're doing all the packing, and the other thing I always as much as I love having a pool, and when you have a pool, you will love it too, but the one thing you're not gonna love is the disproportionate number of wet towels that seem to be always lingering in your house, and then kids are brutal for leaving them in their room, even their shower towels, but the pool is extra worse because 'cause they're big and thick, and then they get that just rank, dank smell that you
Mil
can
It's
never
called
get out.
mildew that never comes out. But I did have 2 pools in Texas. At both my houses in Texas, I had pools. So while I didn't have, Presley was born, but I didn't have a lot of little kids there. I had a lot of family there. So
Yeah.
I understand the towel situation and the ones that you can't let them ever get mildew because it never comes out. There's no way to get mildew out. None.
Nope. Just throw them out. Just throw them out. Go back to Costco. Best place for towels. I think it's interesting, though. I mean, you're fantasizing about a weekend of silence. And then as soon as you're a parent in a phase of life where you have lots of silence, you panic, going, oh my God, what am I going to do with myself? I got to immediately go visit my children. Emery's away this week. She's back in Canada. She's hanging out with her friends up there. So Andrew and I are like, what do you want to do this weekend, Phineas? No fucking idea.
And so you have no weekend plans.
I have 0 weekend plans, so which is actually not terrible because we just like what might we like to do. Stay tuned. Who knows?
But you guys, I mean, in fairness, you and Andrew take lots of adventures. It's not like the 2 of you sit at home and bed rot all the
That's
time.
that's true. We do like I'm a good couch potato Monday to Friday, and I include Friday because I feel like Friday needs to be a couch potato night so you can decompress. But then Saturday, Sunday, unless it's, somebody's not feeling great or something, we don't couch potato. It's all kind of, and we live in a place where we can go do cool shit. So it's like, okay, do you want to drive? We might drive to Joshua Tree, go, go look at some pretty trees and rocks in the desert. There's so many cool restaurants. Listen, on Sunday, Carrie and I went to San Juan Capistrano, which is this like city of swallows, the birds, and it's celebrating its 250th birthday as well as America. So it's very, very old. And you can go through this old town. Like they have the original cottages and the train station and all this stuff. So we went on Sunday. It's amazing. That's where we bought the truck. We've been to San Juan Capistrano, but never tootled around in the town. So next time you're here, Christy, we're going. The best coffee shops, we had this amazing breakfast at this place called Breezy. And it was,
Like
it was on
greasy.
breezy like the wind, breezy.
Heard greasy.
I'm like, I like
A
breezy.
big greasy breakfast. I'm like, ew, but yes, please.
But there was this person on TikTok who was like, oh, best places to eat in Orange County. And so they mentioned this one. And so Carrie and I went on Sunday. And it is Hawaiian and Vietnamese, I think. Filipino.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to have to look it up. Yeah. I think it's like Filipino and Hawaiian. And it's always reassuring when you go to a place like that, when the clientele who are also eating are of the same nationality. You're like, okay. Even they like it. So you're like, this is going to be good. We split our breakfast, and I had like the savory side. I got this pulled pork with garlic rice and fried egg and
Breakfast, I love it.
yes. Well, and it was like 11, so it was mid morning. And then Carrie got ube French toast. So ube whip, and it was a crusted French toast that's crusted with Captain Crunch cereal. That's all crushed up. I think so. It had a crunchy, sweet exterior. And ube, if you don't know, is that purple. Is it a vegetable? Is it a fruit? Thing that they make a lot of paste and desserts out of. It's literally purple. Anyways, you've probably seen it, not known. It has a very nondescript flavor, but it's not. It's like a strawberry-ish. Anyways, they were both delicious. I will post on here the photo I took of our 2 breakfasts because they were beautiful. We get the bill. This is Southern California. 2 full breakfasts. You're expecting $60, $70 here. I mean,
Were there cocktails with the breakfast?
no cocktails. You just have, your regular morning Java type thing. $36.
That's amazing. I can't get through McDonald's for $36.
I know. I looked at the bill. I'm like, did he make a mistake? Start the car. $36. I will be back. It was so good. So, anyways, great Sunday afternoon in San Juan Capistrano. You and I will do that one day, and we can tootle around that town. It was adorable.
It sounds amazing.
I know. Maybe I will do that this weekend with Andrew and go out again and get my own French toast this time. Who
Sounds
knows?
beautiful.
Anyways, that's what you
I
get
think
with
this is
summer without kids lurking around.
But I was just thinking, I think this is the first weekend that I've had since last summer where I don't have the kids and I literally don't have any games. No games, no tournaments, no games.
And then it's a question of who are you if you don't have this like constant caretaking. So you get a small, tiny window of it. I'm like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? Now we can be spontaneous. We have freedom. Like, no offense, children, I love you dearly, but you're off living your best lives now, which I think is amazing. And I love to observe. And I'm so excited for all of my kids. But I'm also excited for us because it's like, what do you want to do? And summer is just like this. It's almost like Christmas season where you get all excited. You get excited for summer. What could we do? What are the things? We
Yeah.
could do just as
You
many
start
trips.
sweating through your bras and
You can start getting boob sweat. Yay, on my list of things to do this weekend, boob sweat. It's actually going to be quite chilly here take it with a grain of salt. chilly by our definition here this weekend. Are you in? You had these storms, so your temperature had to have changed one direction or the other.
Yeah, it got colder, but going back to what you were saying about not having kids in this wonderful soliloquy of summer that I interrupted, please continue telling me how lovely your summer is gonna be, you and Andrew doing whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want, not having to worry about feeding people all day,
Every day.
every day.
I know. Listen, I don't feel bad about it because I did my time. It's like I got through. You're gonna get through it, and then you too will be shocked that you're there. You'll be like, "How am I here already? It felt like 5 minutes."
Yeah, no, for sure, but also too, I mean, you had your kids young. I didn't have my first kid till I was 36. So, I know what you're dealing with, this, like, situation where you can do whatever you want whenever you want, except for you probably have the means to do it, whereas when I was younger, I didn't quite have that. But no, I mean, you're right. It will be done in a flash of an eye. I mean, I was crying at Presley's 5th grade promotion because she's moving to middle school and cried at her last soccer game. I'm like, "I'm out of water. This is not okay on a podcast because 'cause I've been crying so much. I'm dehydrated." But no, it's good. It's good. And I love summer. But you were really cute earlier when you were talking about your, couch potato, during the week. Mine doesn't look that's my weeknights don't look like that. They don't. They're
Yes.
practice. They are running to and from practice and cooking and putting children like, taking care of everything, and my mom, who recently moved in with me, was like, "Your life is exhausting." I'm like, "I know. I know. I'm aware. It's so fun."
And it would almost be in those moments, you're like, I could grind Monday to Friday if my weekends were always free, right? Like you could get through those, but they're not. That's when the tournaments kick in and the tryouts and all the other things. So you're just like constantly, and you're in the single mom phase. So it's not like you're like, tag, not it. It's still you for all
Yep.
the things. Yeah.
Well, and especially during the week because they sleep, at my house during the week, which,
Yeah.
so their dad takes them for, after school, Tuesdays and Thursdays till basically bedtime, which everyone's like, "That is insane." Although people, I will tell you, there's new studies out saying that that actually is perhaps a better setup than what we've been doing with the 50-50 for the children
You
when they're
mean
young.
sleeping in one place?
During the week, like or either doing week on, week off, which my kids would go crazy not seeing me, and me them too, if I'm being honest. I love my children deeply, I have to admit
Maybe
it.
that's a two-way street.
I mean, by Monday, I'm gonna be, like, salivating for them because I'm used to seeing them on the weekends even if I don't have them because I go to all their games and stuff.
Games. Yeah.
But yeah, no, so anyways, so yes, during the week, like, I could be yeah, it's just I'm just always tired. Shit.
When I was applying for the job to move down here to the US, part of my application was doing a presentation. So you had choices of what you could present about. And the choice that I made was on the benefits of 8 hours of sleep. And the title of my presentation was, I regret all of the naps I never took as a toddler because you're fucking tired. You're just like, damn. At one point in my life, my mom was trying to force me to sleep. And now I'm like, don't threaten me with a good time. Like, I'll go to bed.
I know, I just wanna be have someone follow me around all day and be my personal chef and beg me to eat and sleep. Like, how great would that be?
Would be great. And clean up behind me like every moment of you dropped a crumb, pick it up. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Hey, tell me, so you grew up in a very different way than well, in a lot of ways we were very similar, but you were here in the US and you had a huge family. What did your summers look like growing up? When you were Presley's age or Colton's age, what did summer look like back then?
Well, my mom would wake us up and kick us out of the house. We would take our bikes and go play with our friends. We drink out of a water hose if we were thirsty, and she usually put lunch on the back patio.
She put lunch on the back pat. Mary Catherine, you savage. I love it. It's like feeding, like when you go to the pig pen and you just like drop right along. Everybody, bing, bing, bing.
Well,
Lunch
we
is,
we yeah, go ahead.
what was lunch? Was it that sketchy bread and peanut butter and jelly
It was
sandwich?
probably peanut butter and jelly, although my sister got very offended when I talked about mom's sketchy bread. You were here for that, and she's like, "It was amazing." I'm like, "You're a kiss ass."
She was offended, quite frankly, not to call her out, but she seemed offended that the clip we showed said we were poor.
Yeah. I'm like, "Okay." I mean, maybe not for you because you were the eldest, which means you got your clothes first. Anywho, doesn't
That's
so
excellent point.
yeah, well, I mean, I think in fairness, I was never worried where we were gonna sleep or, what we were gonna eat next. So, like, that's not, by definition, no, we weren't, but we were definitely not, cruising around in a, I don't know, Mercedes when I was but anyways, doesn't matter. But so half my summer looked like that, and then my parents, we had a late this is gonna make me sound like a terrible human being. We had and table there's a place called Table Rock Lake in, Missouri, and it is one of the prettiest lakes in the country. It's super deep, it's super clean, it's beautiful. And my dad purchased, from his stepmom, a cabin on that lake, like, right on the lake. Like, could walk to the lake with, like I never wore shoes, but anyways, and so we would go down there a bunch, but here's the kicker. At the time, it was a one-bedroom, one-bathroom cabin with this massive living room that had I think we had 6 sets of bunk beds in.
Wow. So no
So we would
couches, no bunk beds.
no, I mean, it was a really big and
Newsroom.
maybe
Maybe
it was 4 sets. It was 4 sets of bunk beds, and then there was a couch, and so we would go down there, and I feel terrible as an adult now, but in fairness, we didn't have connection to any of our friends, we didn't have cell phones, I mean, we basically left and were gone for most of the summer at this place where we had only each other to play with, which, you have siblings, that sucks,
yeah. Yeah.
and but the amount of I am bored, my mother
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah. You get given a tap. Oh, you're bored? I'll give you something to do.
My dad would tell us to pick up rocks in the yard, and literally the yard was rocks. I'm not even kidding. Like, there was, like, little sprigs of grass coming up in between a couple of rocks here and there, but he did mow it, so he's like, "Pick up the rocks," and I'm like, "Sucks,
Shouldn't
sucks."
have said I was bored. I mean, I was floating the lake.
Well, and we also weren't allowed to watch TV, like, network TV because he didn't like the way the kids on TV talk to their parents. So
Yeah.
God forbid it would rain and we would watch like, Disney movies like Haley Mills. Remember all the Haley Mills movies? That was a stupid question. I'm sorry you don't remember any of the movies because you're Kelly. But anyways, those super like Pollyanna and like all of those like super,
Yeah. You're like, this is
Disney
not real life.
warm-hearted movies and irritate each other. So that's what
Yeah.
my summer looked like, Kelly. What did your summer look like?
Well, I think in growing up, probably between the ages of, let's say, 5 and 13, 12-ish, we moved almost every year. So it varied, right? Like our location changed often, mostly because my dad would have lost a job and we had to move or whatever. But that is not a woe is me. It actually builds resilience and you get real good at networking and building friendships. But it was a very
Keep telling
similar.
yourself that, Kelly. Just keep telling yourself that.
This is how I cope. This is how I cope. It's fine. But I remember, like, once we were in Chesley, where I spent the majority of my time, by the time I was like I guess we moved there in grade 6, then we would get up, same thing. But my mom didn't kick us out of the house. She was already out of the house because she started work at 7. So you kind of like found whatever there was, you foraged for breakfast. And then you left the house and you went to the pool. We had a community pool, outdoor pool, and we would just hang out. And it was on a hill. Like there was a fence around the pool and there was a hill. And you just put your towel up on the hill and you just hang out. And it was by the park, which was by the river, which nowadays feels like a very unsafe place to hang out as a young kid by yourself all the time. But you'd meet your friends on your bike, same thing. I don't even my mom wasn't putting lunch out for us because again, she was still at work. But somebody's parent would do something, or you'd go find a sandwich somewhere. Maybe you had money, you could go to the Becker's, the 7-Eleven version in Chesley, and go get a snack. And then basically you came home when the streetlights went on. Like it was, and I maybe hose water, but other than that, I don't remember much of feeding or watering ourselves. We just kind of
Or with pool water.
pool water for sure, and you just waited to have supper at night. But that was it. And I don't actually remember doing much at night. Maybe bike rides again, but I think by then you were just so beat because you left the house at probably 8:30 that you didn't come home till 6.
This is what I don't understand about children, especially my children. When it's during the week, getting them up is a pain in the ass. like getting them up for school or church or even games sometimes, except for Presley when it's a volleyball tournament day. She's like a week before I am. It's hell. Like, for instance, they're out of school today. Both of those little wonderful, fabulous things were up at like Colton was
7?
up at 5:30.
Oh, no. First day, no school. What do we want to do? How about sleep?
Like, you woke me up at like 3:30. Can I get till like, I don't know, 6:30, 7 would be appropriate. But yeah, Presley, getting her out of bed at 8 sometimes is difficult for school, but yep, that little pumpkin was up at 7 a.m., bright and shiny, and just like, "Can I go meet my friends over?" But, it's funny because what she does a lot of her with her free time is they scooter. They have their little scooters and they drop through friends' houses. It's kind of like our bikes, just they're not expending any
Yeah,
energy.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But I do have a tracker. I mean, she has her phone with her, so I get to know where she is at all times. What I cannot imagine is my kids leaving the house in the morning unsupervised and me not seeing them until the lights till it got dark.
Yeah. Till the streetlights came on. And
Like, that's
unsupervised and no way to track them. Like, actually
correct.
unraised and have no idea where they are. Yeah, I don't know that my parenting brain could even manage that.
Well, my mom's tracking device was a whistle, and in our hometown of 800 people that did not have a public swimming pool, this was just, like, till I was in 4th grade, then
Big
we
city
moved.
in Presley that had 1,300 people and no street light, but we did have a pool, so I feel now like I'm winning. Go on.
No, no, no. You are winning, you are definitely winning. Was the whistle. So my mom would blow the whistle, and everyone knew it was time for all the diesel kids to come home. And
And
so
was it
if
like
you were out of range,
it was like a referee's whistle?
yeah, if you
Well,
were out of range of that whistle,
you're in trouble? Or how did someone find you? I'm curious, what do you think the range of that whistle was? Like, how far do you think you could have heard that?
like, to me at the time, it felt very far. But remember, there's no other sounds in this town. It's not like it's a busy, like, you there's not a lot of traffic. I mean, it's a farming town.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never thought of that. It felt very big to me, like, the area felt very large, but it was
Were
probably just really our neighborhood.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, were your friends within whistle distance so you could hear it if you were at any one of your friends' houses?
Yeah, if I was outside their houses, but all
Yeah.
of my friends' parents were similar. They felt like children belonged outside, and they
Yeah.
sure as hell were not letting all of us in.
Yeah, not 10, 12 kids in the house.
Well, I mean, we split up. We weren't all together always, but, there was definitely they weren't letting us, into their house. I will say, it really sucked because we had this, neighbor next to us, and their kids were older, and they had a pool that they never freaking used, and they never once invited us over to swim.
See, I guess it depends on
I
your
even remember their last name, but I'm not gonna say it.
you should say it. Be like, "Hey, look them up." Well, at our house in Canada, we have a pool and we have lovely neighbors that we, to this day, go visit when we go back. And they have 2 young boys and they don't have a pool. Don't They have a gorgeous house. They have rebuilt it. They have a cottage north, so they're not hard done by in any way, shape, or form. But locally, they don't have a pool in their backyard. So we were always like, use our pool, especially when our kids started to age out of the pool. Then our pool would be open and beautiful, and I would use it and I'd float around in it. But if, you almost want the pool to be played in. So I'm like, anytime, don't worry if we're home, don't ask, just go. I'm like, please use our pool. And we even considered this summer if our house, we told them when we were back in the early spring, if we hadn't rented the house out yet, if they wanted it, we would open the pool. If they would maintain it, we would open it so they could have unfettered access to it because it feels like a shame to have a pool that nobody's using.
I know, but they sure did.
It's a memory maker for sure. You're like,
We'll never forget their last names, ever.
well, I guess we're not saying it, but you
Nope,
tell
we're
me.
not saying it, we're not saying it, but, yeah, I remember sitting at our deck, you could kinda see their pool, and I just remember being so hot and just, like, sitting on that deck and being like, "I
You
just wanna go
assholes. Yeah.
swimming, you assholes."
Yeah. You play in
Newark did have a
the
pool, I just don't remember it.
Did you
I
play in
don't
a
rem
sprinkler or spray each other with a
Yeah,
hose? Yeah,
I mean, but we also were in Illinois, which actually gets very, very hot. We were up by Chicago, it gets really hot there, and it's really
humid
humid.
too. Yeah, yeah.
Super humid. So I guess it's not I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not like Texas. It wasn't, 100 degrees for 200 or 100 days straight. We had that one year when I lived in Texas. It's so funny though, speaking of summer, because when I lived in Texas before I had kids, I loved summertime
Yeah.
because it was like hanging out in pools and drinking cocktails, right? It wasn't schlepping around and sweaty and like sitting at kids' games, just like
Yes. And 700 snack sand. Yeah.
praying for a freaking breeze, just like one little like, can the air move just a bit, just a skosh.
Yes. Yes, and the especially the outdoor, like the soccer tournaments where you're outside for 9 hours, no amount of sunscreen is preparing you for 9 straight hours sitting in a lawn chair. Like, you're like, "Oh my god, I can't do this. I'm gonna turn into a piece of beef jerky by September."
Well, Kelly, here's the thing about sunblock, and you might not know this because you don't wear it. It only works for 80 minutes.
I do
So
know you have to reapply. That's what I'm saying,
and
no amount.
reapply, and reapply, and reapply. And I when I'm with my kids, I set my timer. Like, the second that I put sunscreen on them and they're fully sunscreened, 80 minutes. And it goes off. I'm like, "Get over here. Get out of the pool. Let's go."
Okay, good you're good parenting.
Is it? I don't know.
Setting a timer, I don't know if I can do. Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting as a parent, you kind of want to make these summer memories that last in your kid's brain. All the memories that you and I just shared about growing up had nothing to do with actual plans. Not all our memories were good, but they were just kind of think the freedom of summer with no school and then whatever freedom you got or whatever freedom looks like for you now as a kid. That was the best part of it. It wasn't necessarily the planned beach trip. It might have been the school trip to Disneyland, but it wasn't like, oh, that time our parents dragged us to the lake house because your memory is like picking rocks and watching stupid Disney movies. Your
My
parents probably left
gosh.
the lake house like, this is gonna be such great family time. What great memories. And you're like, fucking rock picking. This is what you walk
Pick
away.
up the rocks. Well, it's funny though because as we got older and we moved to Kansas, and my dad added on to the house, and so eventually it was a very large house with a boat and a boat dock, and it was luxury living as opposed to like holy crap, and we're out in the sticks. But still, even in high school, like to leave your friends for the summer, again, kids, this is like pre cell phones and like you'd come back. This is like pre internet. The internet didn't kick in until I was in college, so, we would leave for, like, 8 or 9 weeks or, like, roughly 7 weeks, I'd say, at a t like, for our summer or
Or
7
10.
weeks, and, like, I'd come back and someone had stolen my boyfriend, and, like, I mean, it was a disaster.
You might as well have gone to the moon.
No! It's like, "Do you wanna write some letters back and forth?" Actually, we did
Yeah.
write letters, which is insanity.
I
God.
remember the kids who like my cousin Carrie lived in the country and we lived in town. So the townies definitely had more opportunity to get on a bike and see friends. If you lived on a farm, especially if your parents were farmers, good fucking luck. See you in September because nobody's driving you into town to go ride bikes for 8 hours to come pick you up again. Because how am I going to get a hold of you? Meet me at the corner at 4 p.m. Don't be late. Like that didn't happen. So if you had one of your country friends in for a sleepover and they got to hang out in town and ride bikes, that would be like the equivalent of a Disney cruise. Like, yay, freedom. Because
I mean,
otherwise
there's
you're,
nothing worse than being stranded with your siblings, like,
yes,
and not able to
being
contact which
stranded with your
my kid go ahead. I'm sorry.
stranded with your ex might be worse, but yes, go on.
God. We yeah, no, that would be worse. I had something to say, and now you totally made me just fall
Nothing
off
worse
the
than being
wagon.
stranded with your siblings.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, but I am so my kids now expect a vacation every summer.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Do you
so
have one
I am
planned?
taking them to Florida. Yeah, we're gonna go to Destin. A girlfriend and I, she has 3 kids. I have 2. Their ages are match up perfectly, and we did it last year. We went to Gulf Shores, but now we're gonna go down to it's, like, right next to Rosemary Beach in Florida for 6 days.
And
So
why Florida? Is it just easier to get there, or there's more family friendly? Like, I'm just curious. That selfishly, why not California? Is what I was really asking.
oh, okay, I was like, "What?" I don't understand what the hell you're asking.
We have beaches here too, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know what? I hadn't looked into it really, honestly. She was the one because Florida, I feel like maybe this is not true, and maybe California would be better, but I mean, the ocean in Destin, Florida looks close to the Caribbean. Like, it's beautiful.
It's also way warmer. Our ocean is much colder than it is in like by many, many degrees. Like the
Okay,
average temperature might be 66 in the summer, and in Florida it could be bathwater. So if you're in the Gulf, so yeah, I get it. Yes,
yeah, I
definitely.
honestly, like, to me, California is a place where adults go. If you're taking your kids somewhere, I'm going to Florida, like, somewhere down
Yeah,
south that way.
and
I think it's more kid friendly, like, because these little beach towns, like, you can walk around, and not that I'd let my children go anywhere on their own, especially near any border, but seriously, it's things you think about now, Kelly. I
I
mean, you
oh
have
my
to.
yes with you.
Yes, but I just there's, like, I feel like in California, when I go there, and maybe it's the places that I go, it's just not as kid friendly, like, you're not taking your screaming seven-year-old into a restaurant, like, that's just not.
Yeah, if you were in Newport with screaming, tired, sand-filled kids, they'd be like, what's happening?" In Florida, it's kinda like, "Yeah, do you need a table for 4 or 5?" Like,
They're
it's a
like,
little
"Thank God you're here because you're helping us support ourselves."
exactly. I was you just reminded me, though, about when you said, "I would never let my kids be by themselves." I will say on this side, and kids being older, Emery's 20, but because we now have access to where they are all the time, and so we don't have Life 360 on her, but we definitely have Find My iPhone, so we can see where she is. On the weekend, I go to bed before she gets home and we leave the one hall light on. And so when she gets home, if I wake up in the middle of the night and the light is off, I know she's home. I haven't heard her come home, but I know she's home because the light is off. So she was out with a friend, and I think it was Friday night last week. And I woke up at 4 in the morning and the light was on in the hall still. And I was like, what? And so I check her Find My iPhone location, and it's pinging in a random parking lot in Irvine. Same girl. And so I text her, "Hey, are you okay?" And no reply. Because I'm thinking parking lot, she might still be out with her friends, but they were going to do just a crap thing. They were not going out to a rager. And so she didn't reply about 5 minutes in. So I had gone to bed that night with self tanner on because I don't sit outside all the time. So I may not wear sunscreen, but I don't always sit in the sun. So I'm like, let me look like I have a tan. Tanner on, tanner on. So I wake up and you have that self tanner smell, and I'm like, if
Ew.
I go to the police station to go cook Tanner missing, I need a shower. So I jumped in the shower at 4 a.m. so that I could be ready to go to the police station. When I came out of the shower, she had texted me back. "Oh my God, Mom, I'm so sorry. I meant to text you hours ago. I'm out with Kate. We're at her house." But I was like, why is it pinging a parking lot? I have no idea why it was pinging because then when I refreshed it, it showed where she was. But I thought it was a humorous story. Back in the day, my mom had woken up like that. She'd have no idea. So she would. I had two thoughts: go to the police station or drive to the pin of where her car was. I was probably going to do both.
Would have gone to the pin for sure.
Yeah,
For
first and
sure.
foremost to the pen. I'm with you. And I just watched that Netflix special. Ooh, if you're gonna bedrock, it would be a good one. No, maybe don't. It's called Bad Exes, and it's about
I
like
wanted to see that. Listen, I have some
you like
sick
it?
tendencies when it comes to true
Okay.
crime.
So I watched that last week because, of course, Andrew was gone, so I had time to myself. And so all these things I mind about where could she possibly be? That's the different reality of parenting, I guess. So even when they're 20, it's not like you turned your parenting brain off. You're just now not in charge of where they are. You're like, I can't call you up for that.
Now you have no control.
I know that's the reality. It's like the fantasy is, oh my kid, I have all the time in the world to myself. And now you're like, I'm still a bear, mama bear, and now I have no control.
So, my sister Angela, her and her husband went on a cruise. I think they're still on it because I haven't heard from her, but she basically decided that the cell phone packages on cruises suck, and she's not gonna waste the money doing it. So
Okay.
she's like, "Hey, boys," and her kids are 21 and 20. I don't know, a little older, but they're my favorite. I remember birthdays, ages change, that's hard for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially yeah, there's a lot of them, but so she's like she calls me, she's like, "Hey, I just so you know, like, you're the boys' emergency contact." And I'm like, "Of course I am."
Solid.
And I was like, tell them if they need money, not to call me, I don't have any."
If you need bail money, Not your girl. Call grandma.
No, it's funny. No, no, if you need bail money, you're gonna be in more trouble probably with me than you are with your mom because I'm gonna be like, because I'll be like, "Hey, listen, what are you
Yeah, I'm
doing?"
not the safe choice. I will bail you out, but then I'm going to give you a talking to.
I don't know. I don't even know if it'd be a talking to. I might just beat your ass. You're old enough to know better. Anywho, so Presley asked me this wonderful question last night, and we're in a phase with Presley where she asks for shit nonstop.
Mm,
Squishies, new shorts, new shoes. Can I get this? Can I get this? And I get offended. Like, I'm
yes.
like, don't I give you enough? And it like hurts my feelings. I'm like get off me, bro. And
Yeah.
so she last night said this to me, Mom, what's my budget for the summer? And I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, remember, they're nanny sharing with two. So she'll be with three of her friends 3 days a week. And we bought them summer passes to Urban Air. They have many pools that they have passes to. We did a package with the movie theater for them to go to movies to, right? Like, and then she said, what's my budget for the summer?
I mean, I've seen your daughter's Starbucks order, so I am curious. What is her budget for the summer? $0, Presley. It's already pre-spent on all your activities.
I know, right? You know, all those private lessons that you want for volleyball and all the camps. No, actually, what I'm going to do is I have set up, it's called Greenlight. It's where you give the kids their own little card.
Okay.
And it's linked to your account. You have to approve all of this. But Presley's like, I want an allowance. I'm like, you're not getting an allowance because you don't do shit. Like, why would I give you an allowance?
In return, allowance is payment for doing things. Yeah. What are you doing?
So I made a list on her Greenlight of all the things, all the chores,
Okay.
and it's pay by time.
Oh, okay. So it actually is like as soon as she clicks, it's done. It like you now have $4. Now you have $8
No, it will let me know.
that she's done this much work, and you're like, okay, that's worth $20.
No, absolutely not. There's nothing on there that's over $1. Like, taking the trash cans out once a week, I was like, "That's 50 cents, bro. Like, that takes you 2 seconds."
Oh, she's gonna have to do a lot of things.
I know, and the point and maybe I'll raise it a little bit, but also, I was like, "Here's the deal. If I check them and they're done wrong, I will
Yeah,
take the money. You owe
exactly.
me."
I check it and it's actually not done, minus money for sure. Lies, negative balance.
I started threatening her the other day. I'm like, For every time I have to pick something of yours up off the floor, I'm taking 50 cents away from you."
She's gonna be what you should be asking her, what's your budget for the summer?
I know. No, I won't be that rigorous, but I'm just the audacity of
That's
her
cool.
asking me what her summer budget was.
You should ask her to estimate what it cost you to put all of those things in place for her summer. Say, Preston, do you have any idea what it costs to have all of this at the ready for you in the summer? And
I should.
then how much do you think that I should pay over top of that for you to just go do shit?
That's funny. I should do that. Well, there's also or buy stuff because
Yeah.
she buys the squishies, those stupid, stupid squishies. I swear to God, I would throw all of them away. My gosh, and I know you have your little ones, and
I
that's
have
fine. Like,
money in my hand, but
yeah, but
$0. I can't
they're
remember.
not. Yeah, they're not sticks of butter, or God forbid. Remember we saw at the tournament that pickle?
Yeah. I would have bought the pickle just to be the one who had the pickle.
Okay. No, but she buys dumb shit with it.
That's
And
true.
I'm like,
Yeah, Emery
she
did
doesn't
too. And
she
then you
doesn't
throw it all up.
save money. She
No.
doesn't yeah, and then again, I throw everything away. I mean,
Yeah,
she has
or
better
you don't wear
skincare than I do. What?
I will say Emery moving back is great because the try before you buy Sephora in the bathroom is back. You're like, let me try. But oh, what happened? Started a new recording for Christy due to a change in their devices.
Didn't change anything.
I don't see you. All of a sudden, I got this notice. Heads up, Christy's recording will continue on a new track. Started a new recording for Christy due to a change in their devices. So,
Can you see me now?
no, ma'am. So, I'm
Okay,
not
well,
sure what's happening here.
let me leave and come back.
Don't leave.
I'll be right back.
This feels like the epitome of what summer is, the Instagram versus reality of podcasting. When your podcast partner disappeared randomly and you're sitting here by yourself. I'm not sure what happened. whoever it is that runs the platform Riverside where we do our studio, I'd like to understand what changed here and see. I see Christy, and she's back. Thank goodness.
Talking the whole time.
I was definitely Christy's gonna watch this episode just to see what I talked about when she was gone.
I mean, I will actually listen to this one. You know, the other problem with having children at home is all their effing devices on your Wi-Fi. I guarantee there are 3 TVs on downstairs, 2 iPads running, and probably Presley on her phone doing something, which what are you gonna do? I don't even know.
You don't even know. Yeah, that's true. And none of it is outside. Nobody's outside.
Well, because it's in their defense of my children, it's raining.
Oh, it's raining today. Okay. Well,
So, Presley would be gone. She's not allowed to take her scooter across any major street, but her friends have found a path that goes underneath the road to Walgreens, which who wants to go hang out at Walgreens? I don't know. But I mean, I guess they have snacks and candy.
that's true. I mean, it is a good spot for that reason. But again, that goes back to the budget. Do you have any money left?
I mean, again, like I could give her thousands of dollars. You know what I should ask her? I should ask her what going back to the whole budget situation and the audacity. I've had to kind of roll back talking about money a little bit with Presley because the other night when she asked for something, I told her what I spent on volleyball for the year. And I was like, no, hard no. And by the way, this, and she's like, I'm sorry I cost you so much money.
On
Tears and tears.
Well, I mean, emotional blackmail at its finest. Well done, Presley.
Oh my gosh. Did I tell you she got an award yesterday?
No.
So it's funny because you hear me talk about Presley and all the things. So let me tell you this. So at the end of the award ceremony, they gave an award and it was for like people who had great leadership, or there was a variety of reasons you could get it. But Presley got it and here's why. Presley has demonstrated outstanding leadership both inside and outside of the classroom. She is someone her peers can count on because she listens, shows empathy, and notices when others may be struggling. Presley takes the time to check on classmates throughout the day and helps others feel supported and cared for, making her a positive role model for those around her. 2
You're like,
things.
yes.
1, hashtag winning as a
Yes.
parent. 2, where the fuck is that kid when she comes home?
You're like, whose child are you describing? Listen, I like the part where it says she helps people who are struggling. She observes when they're struggling and offers help. The same is true for Presley at home. She observes when you're struggling and then weaponizes it against you.
And then asks for more.
And also, side note, what's my budget?
What's also too, I know you're taking us to Florida and you've set up all these great things for me. What's my budget?
Ay, ay, ay.
For what? Like, what are you giving me, kid? Kelly, I almost just was like, "Oh my god,
You wish
I
you
can't."
were being recorded to have seen your face. She said,
I mean, I know what it looked like. It looks very much like my "Are you fucking kidding me" face, which is this.
these kids, I tell you, what are you going to do?
I
I
don't
guess
know, love them
the
until
good
they
thing
get out of the house
is
and then miss them like crazy.
true. See, one of us is counting down the days till school goes back in, and the other one of us is crying because our kids grew up and left. It is the eternal
Kelly.
struggle. Hey, it's okay. I get to see my kiddos. They're just grown humans where I'm like, whoa, you still look like my little kid. We were watching whatever trash reality TV show it was, some dating show, it doesn't matter. But the point of it was the majority of them were 27, 26, 27, and we're watching this show like they're fully grown, like older people, right? 27, how mature. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's how old our kids are. Do our kids look like that to the rest of the world? Because to me, they're still 10 years old in my eyeballs. So I'm like, whoa, those look like adults. I don't know about mine.
I'm curious the dating show it was because I walked into the living room last night, my mom was watching Farmer Needs a Wife, which
Oh,
I watched.
Mary, I'll watch that with you. I loved it. Loved it. I know Christy probably hated it because it wasn't a documentary, but kind of. It's a reality show.
It's not. Nope, nope. I'm sorry. I just can't support a bunch of women fighting over one man. I'm just like, I just can't. Like, Love is Blind, I love.
There's a Canadian version, and two of the farmers are women, if it helps you.
Fair. But I've never watched Bachelor or Bachelorette either. I don't know, for some reason, that type of
Yeah,
environment
it
makes
doesn't
me
bring up
wanna
men and women, that's for sure. I will say that show is called Secret Millionaire, which is kind of entertaining. It's a little bit like Trader, but nobody gets murdered. But nobody gets murdered on
wait
Traders
a
either.
minute,
But
wait a
not the
minute.
same premise. But one of them is the millionaire, and they're trying to sneak around and not be caught being the millionaire. And then whoever wins $1 million. You can watch that. I've got so many shows for you on your bed rotting day tomorrow. You do not have enough hours in your day to get this all in.
I mean, that's awesome, and I'm super excited, but also, I don't think we have the same day.
Clearly not. You and I would be bed rotting together. One of us would be tremendously bored. I don't even know what we would watch together that we'd be, yes, let's watch this.
We'd watch something like Exes, but I will
Yeah.
tell you, there is a great show on Netflix. It's
Okay.
called Big Mistakes. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Hold on, I have to make sure it's the right one because it has one of my favorites in it. Hold on. Big Mistakes.
That's not with Dan Levy in it, is it?
It
From
is.
Creek. I haven't watched it yet. Is it good? Because I
It's
love him.
I just finished the 1st season. My mom and I loved it. It's awesome.
Okay, big mistakes. I'm watching it because last time you wanted to know if I watched The Madison and I hadn't yet, and then I watched it and I freaking loved it. So
Well, thank you, because I have great taste.
in some things.
Whatever, Kelly, whatever. Well, listen,
On
it's
that
time to go.
note,
On that note, I have to go feed my
feed
children.
feed your children, then enjoy your bed rotting Saturday. Happy long weekend, everybody. If you're here in the US, it's finally a long frickin' weekend. Jesus Christ. Throw a country a bone once in a while. Give them a long weekend.
We work a lot here, Kelly.
I know.
We're
I
not
know.
like Europeans where we take August, the entire summer off.
Entire summer. But even in Canada, we have a long weekend every month. Like even if there wasn't a real one, we made one up. So I'm like,
Do you
that would
really?
yes, look it up. There's a
I will.
May is for the Queen, and then we like start making shit up. We need one in February. Family Day. Perfect. August. Civic holiday. What does that mean? No fucking idea. Long weekend in August.
I maybe need to adopt that tradition where I create a long weekend every once a month.
Every 4 weeks you need a break. Just need a
I
little
agree.
break.
I
I
agree.
agree.
All right, well,
Um,
like, follow, share, and enjoy your summer. We'll talk
enjoy
to you
your
next week.
summer, whether it's what you hoped it was or whether it is what it is, and now you're broke because your kid is bougie. Enjoy it because it'll change real quick.